Perl tutorial part 41, environmental variables. When you run a Perl script on your server or on your computer, environmental variables are generated by the web server and sent to the CGI script. You can pass the variables and use the variables. Environmental variables are very useful because they can capture data from the user or visitors on your website, for example, which site they were referred from, their IP address, host, which kind of browser they're using. All the environmental variables by default exist in the env hash, so we can print out all the environmental variables available to us on our server with this for each loop. Now we can just print out all our key value pairs. Okay, so when we run this code in our computer or on our server, it will print out all the environmental variables. So let's run this in the browser. Okay, so this is run on my local computer, so we get all the environmental variables that are available in Perl on this computer. Now, when you run this on your server, you'll get a whole lot of different environmental variables come through, a lot more. You will see your full host, the IP address, the kind of browser you're using. Now, save the script as env.pl or env.cgi, that's env. Upload it to your server and run it, and you'll get a list of all the environmental variables available to you on your server, and you can call these variables in any of the scripts that you write. To access our environmental variables individually, I will show you the more useful environmental variables that often get used in scripts. So, first of all, the query string. And then we use the query string like so. So this will capture the query string. Now we can capture the referring URL. With HTTP referrer. Another useful one is the IP address of your visitor on your site. So remote address, and then we can get the host, the ISP of the user, remote host. And another good one is to get the type of browser, which we call a user agent. The type of browser that someone is using. You can, if someone comes in with Internet Explorer, then you may want a page to look a certain way, or if they come to your site with Firefox, then you can optimize it for Firefox. So these are the most useful environmental variables in Perl, especially these three. So, you know, if you're using a voting script and you only wanted to have each person vote once or once each day, you could either use a cookie, but cookies can be deleted. So you could log a person's IP address, host and user agent. So that's environmental variables.